Today we're going to go over our fourth stance on this channel. This stance is known as the GongBu. In English, this is translated to the bow stance. This is an excellent stance to develop mobility of the lower body, especially in the hips. So let's go into how to do the GongBu, the bow stance. So to start, this is going to start very similar to the horse stance, and where we're going to measure our distance by angling out the feet. So you're going to probably use anywhere between 4 to 7 steps to measure out the distance. It could be higher if you're really mobile, and it could be lower if you're really immobile. We're going to start by pulling the heels out, then the toes out, the heels out, the toes out. That would be a 4-step. Heels out again, 5-step, 6-step, 7-step, and so on. You're going to have to find out where you're able to go, how deep you're able to go, while keeping the qualities that I'm going to go over now. So once you find your distance, you're going to rotate towards one side, allowing the back foot to rotate on the toes. I'm going to allow my back foot, my left foot, to rotate on the toes, and my heel is going to stick backwards while my toes face forward. Then this front foot is going to face the same as the back foot. So I'm going to rotate on the toes so that the angle of the front foot and back foot are the same. And then from here, I'm going to squat towards this front leg, and I'm going to get as deep as I can while maintaining the knee over the toes, or the knee over the ankle. Having the knees go over the toes is not a problem at all. This is not an issue, but we're developing a certain stance so that we can ground in the position and move out of it a little bit more efficiently. So if you find that you are unable to get deep in this position, you can move a little bit higher, and starting here is not a problem at all. Even starting here is not a problem at all. As long as you can keep this back leg straight, the heel on the ground, that's what's important. And if you're finding that you're able to get even deeper and the knee's coming over the toe, then you can elongate the position even more and get deeper in the position. I want to face towards this knee here, and I can either allow the knee, the hands, the arms to just relax on my side, or I can put them on the hips. I just don't want to support them on the quad, so I don't want to do something like this. I just want to come here. I'm going to hold this position, trying to keep my torso as upright as possible. I'm going to make sure that heel stays down. I don't want it to come up like this. Staying down, toes are facing the same direction, and I'm getting as deep as I can, trying to sink the pelvis down into the ground and holding here. Then I can stand up, and I'm going to work the other side. So the same way, I'm going to turn towards the opposite direction, feet face towards at an angle of 45, and I'm going to angle the front foot. The heel stays down. I'm going to squat down, find my depth, keep that heel down, keep the torso as upright as possible, relax the arms or put them on the hips. Never on here. I don't want to support the position. And I hold here. 10 to 30 seconds, getting deeper and deeper. And then coming back out. So let's get into some common mistakes. The first common mistake would be on the front foot. So what commonly happens is the front foot faces forward. And if you practice this stance with the front foot facing forward, what happens is if you hold it for a long period of time, or if you have someone pushing you, your ability to actually balance the position is decreased when compared to just angling the foot at a small 45-degree angle, the same here. So make sure that foot is angled here. The second common mistake is with the back foot. So just like I said, we want to keep that heel down. What commonly happens is the heel raises, and then we get into a lunge position here. For this specific stance, we don't want to do this. There's nothing wrong with the lunge, but it's not the GongBu, it's not the bow stance. We keep the heel down. We don't want to bend the back leg's knee. We want to keep it straight. So if you need to start higher, that's not a problem at all. There's no reason why this or this is better. It's about your starting progression and what you can do. The last common mistake is actually taking the knee too far over the hip. And the reason we don't want this for this specific stance is we want to be able to move in and out of it into different stances, into kicks, into other things. And having this knee over the toe puts all of my weight on the front foot, and then I can't transition efficiently back to that back foot to rotate into other stances. So work to build this stance up to 30 seconds or more, and work to get deeper and deeper in the position. You're probably going to feel it in a lot of different places, especially the hip and maybe the quad, and make sure you work both sides evenly, making sure to keep all of the qualities laid out in this video. This is an excellent exercise for developing mobility of the hips. If you have any questions on this particular stance or anything else, let me know in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and that's the session.